this morning, and it's not supposed to budge anytime soon. The good news, the folks don't seem to mind here in Chicago. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Chicago Bears. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. That's complete. Roma Dunze. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
And some room to work. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now a 2nd and 2. They'll run here with a rookie. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down and 4. Swift going to try up the middle. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run order.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7.
The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
On the ground, it's Monunga. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting the tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Colston Loveland from 3 yards out. And the Bears will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. That was a big throw right there on 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to be prepared for you to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Because really, 2nd down, 2nd and goal, that's your play action time, and you're not sure whether they're going to run it or throw it. 3rd down, you're usually sure they're probably going to pass it. Even more impressive that they got it done, and on the opening drive of the game.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30. The Rams ready to go on offense. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
2nd and 10.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Stafford. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. And now another one thrown incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run the draw here with Swift. Nifty move. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Shifts by him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
This is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
2nd down and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And some nice running going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Ram 16. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have the Bears' 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Looking to throw is Williams. He's got this complete to Burden. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Williams looking to do it himself. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
It's a gain of 5.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Here's Williams. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
34-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Stafford now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, And they hooked up there for a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Excellent defensive play by Dominic Robinson, beating the line and dropping him for a loss. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams. Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and that's it.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Now it's Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive. But right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. In motion goes the tight end. From the gun, here's Stafford. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Chicago offense set to get started. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Working out of the gun, Williams. That's to the sideline and incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
To throw, Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 42. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
To throw, it's Williams. Pass caught by Burden.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here's Swift. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. DeAndre Swift, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To throw is Stafford. He hits Adams complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Stafford. That's caught. Davis Allen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Rams, first down.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's Stafford. They'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Stafford. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right, your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll go play action here with Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
At the 9-yard line.
This is 2nd and 8. Throwing is Williams. Now he'll tuck this and run. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. A gain of 3, second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Williams now. A final shot before break. He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
All right, say it with me now. There's a lot of different words we can come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty?
Yep.
Wiley? Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
And he's going to have a Rams first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
That's good.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
And they just did not get the snap away in time. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Up the middle, it's Williams. And not much room to speak of. We'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Back to throw, Stafford. And it is caught. He's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. DeMarco Jackson, the man to bring him down defensively.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Williams is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Corum is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got it. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Here we go with Williams. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Kyron Williams punching it in from a yard away. And the Rams take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Point after here coming up.
For the extra point.
And it's up through the goalpost. It's 17-10.
The score, Bears 17, Rams 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here is 3rd and 5. Looking to throw is Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. L.A. set to take over again on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, was the one disrupting there defensively.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Stafford. A quick throw there is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check out. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And pass past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 0-1, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the tuck roll, didn't you? Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this in Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82. And the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Right back to Swift again on second down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. This is Swift on the counter. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Play action. Now Williams. He'll get this off to Swift. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. To the air, Williams. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Stafford and the Rams come up, 1st and 10 at their own 23. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll send Adams in motion left. Stafford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Adams, the man in motion left. Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay. That flag, that'll push him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Stafford. Complete. Smith has it. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
36 yards on the punt with no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He's going to launch this thing right downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Rams are right back in this football game. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Corum. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. Stafford now to throw. It's caught here by Adams. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Makes it 3rd and 6.
Now it's Stafford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Bears on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. To throw is Stafford. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. In motion, the tight end. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, here's the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Santos' kick is up and through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So that, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely That was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll run with Corum to begin the drive. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here's Stafford. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again is Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
And the Rams, 1st down. An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Rams.
Corum now on 1st and 10. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Now it's Stafford. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Stafford now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
Stafford going to give this one to Corum. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Here's 2nd down. Stafford. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
1st and goal, Rams.
Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Corum. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Stafford. He's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here it is, 4th and goal. They snap it to Stafford. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So the clock sits at 16 seconds as they line up for the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.